What's going on? This is Ryan with Automatic Comics, and up next, I'm going to go over some books I picked up when I went out comic hunting with my brother. Alright, so before we get started, please remember to hit that like button and hit the subscribe button if you'd like to see more content like this. Really helps the channel with the likes and the comments. I appreciate it. Love talking to everybody in the comments section. Now, I am a pretty avid watcher of Alex the Comic Hoarder's channel. I don't miss too many videos that he puts out there, and part of that is that he is in the St. Louis area, and I have family that lives in the St. Louis area, so I always kind of like to hear what shops he's going to, that kind of thing. And so I've talked about my brother before. He's also a pretty avid comic collector and seller and all that kind of stuff. And so we were visiting in the St. Louis area a few weeks ago, and Alex had mentioned this one shop, and it was a shop that my brother actually hadn't heard of, and he said he thought he knew every shop like all around the St. Louis area. And so I really wanted to go check it out because it just seemed like it had some cool books, some great prices, that kind of thing. So the name of that shop was Revenge of the Nerds Comics, Collectibles, and Games. It's in Fairview Heights, Illinois, and it can actually be a little tricky to find the information about it. It's not really one that shows up when you do like a normal Google search, when you're looking for a business on Google search. And so I think that's part of why my brother hadn't heard of it. They are on Facebook, and so you can find the address there. But I'll put a little picture of their business card up here just so that you can see the address, all that kind of thing. And it's actually in what's kind of like a repurposed house. And so walk in and just got games and collectibles, and I think they had records and toys and everything like that, just kind of like all over the place. It's great. Tons of boxes that you can dig through. They've got cabinets that have books in there and everything. And now one thing to be aware of when you're going in there is that don't really pay attention to any of the prices that are on things, because he will work out prices with you as you provide books to him. And I know that makes some people nervous when somebody's looking up prices as you bring them up. But Alex had said that the prices were really fair. And even though I knew that he had said that when I went in, I was still nervous when he was pricing stuff out. But I have to agree, his prices were very fair. And I think of all the books I gave him, I think I either bought them all after we priced them out, or maybe I passed on just one. And so prices were really fair. It was good. My older brother picked up a couple books. I picked up a number of books. So I'm going to go over those books that I picked up. So if you saw in the little thumbnail, the first one was this book, which has got some heat around it lately. And this is Amazing Spider-Man number 256. This is the first appearance of Puma. This is actually a pretty nice condition copy. I think probably about a 9.2, something in that range. I mean, it's in the bag, but you can see it's a, nice condition copy. Has a couple little spine ticks. I think it had a couple, spine ticks that went through onto the back too. But nice presenting copy of this book, and I just think it's a cool cover, and for a book that just has a little speck on it, not a bad book to pick up. Then the next one that I got was just a classic for any 90s collector, and that is X-Men number 4. This is the first appearance of Omega Red, and this is the direct edition. And this one, when it was in the box, it actually had this book on one side, and I've moved these to all new bags, but this book on one side, and on the other side it had X-Men number 5. So I ended up picking up that one too. But the cool thing about this one is that this is actually the newsstand. And, this is definitely later on. I mean, this is into the 90s. I think this is 1993. And so newsstands are much less common than the direct editions, and so it's always fun to find those newsstands. Now, these ones I think are probably more in like the, with a press, this one might get up into a 9.2, 9.4. I don't remember. This one's maybe more like a 9, something like that. But still, two pretty cool books. Omega Red, one of the hottest characters last year when everybody thought that character was going to be showing up, but he did not. He was supposed to be, or everybody thought he was going to be in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and he did not show up. But it's a cool character. It's a character that a lot of people that collected in that time frame really like. So it's possible that this could be a pathway that Marvel ends up going. And so never bad books to have. Now, I know a lot of people talk about this. This is basically, these books are in almost every single collection if somebody's buying collections. I think I had both of these. I think I still have them. I can't remember if I still have them or not. I think I have my original copies from when I was a kid too, but I had these two. And now the thing was, so I bought this one. I passed on this one with the price, and then he ended up just throwing it in. And so that's what I'm talking about. He was a great guy to work with. His name was DeMarco. That was the owner. So yeah, so he just threw this one in, which was a nice bonus for these books. All right, now the next one. This is just, I actually picked up a 9/8 of this book recently that should be showing up at some point in an unboxing, and this is a book I've always really liked this cover. I feel like this book just always seems really undervalued because it's such a cool cover. It's a #1. This is Web of Spider-Man #1. It's not really like a key or anything like that. It's just a #1, but it's that black suit cover. I've always thought it's just an awesome cover, and it's actually a really affordable book. The newsstand can get a little pricey. With the 9/8, I think the newsstands can go around $550, $600, but the direct editions are really affordable, and especially when you start getting into raw books, I mean, $20, $30, maybe something like that. And so a much more affordable book, but just a really cool Spider-Man cover, black suit, Copper Age Spider-Man cover. All right, now the next one, this one really spiked leading into when people were thinking that we were going to get Ned Leeds as Hobgoblin. Never happened. It's possible it could still happen in the future. But this is Amazing Spider-Man #289. And so this is when Ned Leeds is revealed as Hobgoblin. It's when you get the next version of the Hobgoblin, like the first appearance of the new Hobgoblin. This one is actually a really nice copy. And this book can be a little tougher to get in high grade because it's a thicker book. It's not the same size. You can see it's the special double-sized issue. And this one, I think 9.4, maybe 9.6. I mean, there are a few color-breaking spine ticks. Like you've got this one right here, one right here, and there's a couple on the back that you can't see here. But just a really, really sharp copy. So yeah, I thought this is a cool book to add, especially since it was just a really nice condition copy. It's a great cover. Nice condition. Little speck still on it. It's possible that we could get the Hobgoblin at some point, because that's one of the characters we haven't seen yet. And so that would be something that where at least we could go into some different types of villains other than just the standard Green Goblin, Doc Ock, that kind of stuff. And so getting Hobgoblin would be pretty cool. So yeah, picked up that one. Now this one, I just thought this was another book that was really hot last year. Definitely has cooled off quite a bit. It's possible that this is a book that could heat up again. And this is Vision and the Scarlet Witch #1. This is another one of those books that's thicker. This is a thicker book. This one isn't a super high grade copy. Remember, it's probably like 8.5 maybe, something like that. But still, nice presenting copy. And just the book that was really hot when we had WandaVision going last year. And it's possible, we don't really know for sure what's happened to Vision. We don't really know what's happened to Wanda. I know some people have been speculating that maybe the long-term end game of this multiverse of madness type stuff, the multiverse stuff, could be them ending up together with their kids in that universe. And so we'll see. I mean, that could be a possibility that could heat this book back up again. But that was a cool book to add. Then the last two I got were 2 X-Men books. The first one, and neither of these are high-grade copies. These are the oldest books, I think, that are in here, or about the oldest books that are in here. First one is X-Men #191, and this is actually the first appearance of Nimrod, who is the kind of like the evolved version of the Sentinel from the future that comes back and all this kind of stuff. So, but this is one that, it's funny, I recognize this cover because I watched an unboxing a while ago where somebody got a 9.8 of this book, and I remember they weren't happy about it, and so it's a great book. I don't know why they weren't happy about it, but it was in a mystery box. They weren't happy about it, and I think they wanted something else, hopefully, but it's made this image stick in my mind, so I always remember this is the first appearance of Nimrod. But yeah, not a high-grade copy, but a cool minor key for the X-Men. Again, not a character that I think we're probably going to get. You could kind of say that maybe Nimrod is kind of like those really evolved versions of the Sentinels that we got in Days of Future Past, but I don't know. I don't know if I really call that character. But so you could say maybe we already had that character, but yeah. First appearance of Nimrod. And then the last one here, this is a really low-grade copy. And this is X-Men number 168. And this isn't the first cover appearance of Kitty Pryde, but I'd call it like the first like full cover appearance. Like you have one where it's like a little headshot of her. This is where you have kind of like the full shot of Kitty Pryde on the cover. And then this is also the first adult appearance of Madeline Pryor. And this one was a newsstand too, which, you know, I don't think it really matters with this. I'm pretty sure that, 1983, so it's about the same, probably about a few more newsstands than directs. And the only time I say that newsstands are really more valuable when you get to those earlier books is when it's a high-grade copy. And this is definitely not a high-grade copy. I mean, you can see the damage down in the corner, damage along the spine. This book is probably like a 3.0 or 3.5, something like that. Not a high-grade copy, but still, I thought it was a cool little minor key with Madeline Pryor, and just Kitty Pryde's a super popular character, and I think it's an awesome cover appearance for her. So those were all the books that I picked up. My older brother, he got a great book. He picked up a Jungle Action number 6, the first appearance of Killmonger. It was a low grade, but got a great deal on it. And so, like I said, if you go in there, yes, he will price the books at the register when you give them to him, but he does give very fair prices. And so that was Revenge of the Nerds, Comics, Collectibles, and Games. Thanks, Alex the Comic Hoarder, for pointing out that shop. It was fun going and checking it out. I was hoping maybe there would be a little more Golden Age, because he had mentioned that there was a lot of Golden Age there when he went in, but I think somebody must have gone in and bought a lot of it. But still, found some cool books, digging through the boxes, had some fun with my brother looking for comics. We did check out another shop that was in the area as well, but didn't end up picking anything up from there. But this was the one that bought, quite a few books from. So it's a lot of fun. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you'd like to see more content like this. I've got more videos over here if you'd like to watch some of my other videos, and the subscription button right here. If you'd like to subscribe to the channel, I'd really appreciate it, and I will see you in the next video.